Here, I'm putting my foot at the very bottom. I am not going to even back stitch because I've started way below the zipper, and I don't need to because I'll be doing some top stitching. Okay, so I'm going to start just by sewing. Okay, I'm to the metal zipper stop, and it hasn't stopped me yet. Even though I stopped, I'm not tugging on it. Okay, I'm just lining the edge that I pressed very well next to that ridge. Okay, here's what I see people doing. They pull on the fabric. And do you know what that does?
Makes it curve. It
causes a big curve in the back because the fabric is stretched, and then you've got this tape on the zipper. So if you ever see somebody's, that's what it is. Okay? So don't pull. The feed dogs will let it pull unless you have my sewing machine, and I have worn the feed dogs down. I need to buy new feed dogs. I've literally worn them down. Okay. Oh, shoot. There's that zipper head. So what am I going to do? I'm going to sink the needle. That prevents it from stopping. Lift my foot, and my best friend is going to take it from there. Okay? And I'm just going to go straight up. Okay? So I didn't do any back stitching at all. Now, there's my little tuck, and that's how sample 1 is going to look in your book. Just like that. Okay?
You just want one side done?
I just want it done to this point, and then sample 2. Now I'm having you do it in 2 steps because when we do the jean zipper, I won't have you do it in 2 steps. You'll do the whole thing because you'll really have done it 3 times because the jean zipper is almost the same as a lab. Sort of. We just add a fly guard, some decorative stitching. Okay, so here's my 5/8 of an inch, and this is my shorter seam line. Okay? So that's step 1. Step 2, all we do is lay this over like this. And the fold is going to cover the top stitching. And it should lay down without any puckers in it because I have that little tiny tuck. If I didn't have the tuck,
that's what it's
it
for.
would cause puckers because the tuck pulls that in so that it brings the zipper teeth in the center of that 5/8 inch seam. Okay, now I can't even remember what the pattern tells you to do. I think they tell you to baste it and then fold it over and then top stitch it and then take the basting out. Yeah, right. We're going to do that. Okay, so here's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to take our zipper foot and we're going to put, our needle, and put it in the far right position. Okay? And then we're going to make the box at the bottom. Now we have to watch the bad guy, which is our zipper stop. So I'm going to start stitching below the zipper stop. My stitching is up here. That's where my back stitching is, right there. But I want to start stitching below the box so that I don't hit it. If I try to do it above, I'll hit it. And when you hit it, you break a needle. Okay, so I'm starting below, and my needle is in the right position. Okay, and I'm going to get my nose up here and make sure that I put the needle in right at the center seam allowance. Now this is a place where we don't want a ton of back stitching, so we want to hold the foot, right? Or we could shorten the stitch. Okay, I'm going to just go one more stitch. You'll kind of have to figure it out, maybe about 4 stitches. it needs to be exactly 3/8 of an inch wide. Okay? Not a fourth, not a half, 3/8. That'll be another test question. Okay, so I'm going to pivot it, and it should, this foot should be right on the fold, but it's not. So I'm going to lift my needle, lift my foot, and just shift it over until my foot is right against the fold of that lap.
Does it make it exactly 3/8 when it's over?
It does.
Okay.
When the needle is in far right position and the foot is on the edge of this fold, it makes it exactly 3/8 of an inch. Okay? So here's the fold. See why you don't have to use pins and why pressing is so important? Okay, do not pull on this. Just lay it on top of that red thread. It just barely covers it. So sometimes, you know, you can just walk it like this so you can see as you go. But that's just going to lay on top, and you're going to keep this foot right to the side, right on the edge of that fabric. I keep losing it. Okay? Okay, so I'm just going to make sure that my fold is covering the red stitches, and my foot is on, stays on the side, so I don't have to sew it all in one increment. I can do a little bit at a time so I can re-angle my fabric. Okay, I sunk my needle because now I'm to my zipper head. I lift my foot and my needle's not going anywhere. Then I take my zipper head and I unzip it out of the way. It's not as easy to do on this side. Okay, now it's out of the way. Now I can lay this back, repositioning it so that it is the same amount, and then I don't have anything to get in my way, and I can just stitch it right up. Okay? Like that. Now my tails, I want to pull it to the back. So here's my little thread. I'm going to pull it until I see the loop of the top thread. Then I'm going to pull that. I can see it. Somebody's